Right, guys, welcome to another video. This Sunday evening, I think this is, when this video goes out. So I'm just going to get straight into it. So my initial thing here was I wanted something super simple to show you. A box design, but a super simple sort of toolbox that was all sort of nailed and glued together. But it didn't sort of turn out like that because I messed up on a few things that I needed, which were quite crucial. So what I tried to do was try something from being a negative into something more. So I've got a problem, and my way around the problem is not just tackle the problem, but absolutely smash the problem and make it even better. So hopefully in this video, that's what I've done. Now, the project, I've seen a few projects where I've seen these really smart Japanese toolboxes. You've probably seen them on YouTube and stuff like that, and they look quite easy to make, but there is a little bit to them, and a really good beginner's project. So the principles are all the same in what I'm doing, and I'll come to what I had missing and what I wanted on this build later on, and there was something I weren't happy with and I had to change. So I turned that problem into more of a positive as well. So this overall is going to be 50 centimeters long, and it's made out of 8x1 pine, 1x8 pine, and I'm using some of that behind me there on the video. You'll see some old scrap mahogany that I had from previous builds from an old tabletop, which I'm going to cut down for some of the detail pieces on this build. The overall build itself, how it's come out, there is mistakes on it, there is things I can improve, and when I look round it, I can see things and learn from it and think, well, I need to do that differently next time. I need to do this a different way. And that's what it's all about. It's all about learning. So my main thing on this was sort of all about accuracy, because I'm trying to gain this skill, and it's not as easy as it looks. You've got to, you see some of these guys on YouTube, and they get it with millimeter perfect all the time, and take me hat off to him, because it is a learning curve. So don't be upset if you sort of like with your cuts, if you're a mill out here and a mill out there, and you're learning, you're still in the learning phase like I am, really. And it's all part of that thing. My main thing is sort of miter joints. I'm not doing miters on this thing. This just was supposed to be a basic Japanese box with like a keyed lid, with a wooden key. But it just didn't go that way. So just watch along. So I'm just sort of lining everything up here, making sure I've got my dimensions right. Now I'm really happy there. I'm going in there 2 centimeters to account for the sort of thickness of the boards. I'm actually going in 2.2 because this is where sort of I'm trying to get this accuracy, which is still a long way off, but it was 22 mil there. I don't know what that is in inches. I do apologise. So I'm just marking everything. And what I am finding as I'm going on, I am getting a bit more patient with my builds. I'm taking more time on certain things whereas I'd be rushing before. So I'm just, in the end now, see, one of the things I've learned here is where I marked that 22 mil off, well, I forgot there's 2 boards. So I just whacked 2 boards together and struck a line across, because there's going to be inset handle on each side here. So I'm just going down here, more marking. I love marking, doing this sort of like design sort of element of the woodworking. There's all different sort of things, isn't there, within the woodworking sphere as it is. And you sort of master different techniques faster than others, and then hopefully, at some stage you can bring all that together. So that's why I love watching some of the really good carpenters and woodworkers on. Here's my problem. Now I was going to use these galvanised, we call them over here clout nails, to put it together with some glue, but they weren't long enough. A stupid oversight, and they just wasn't long enough, and I didn't have a thin enough drill bit to drill a hole, a pilot hole for them anyway. So there was two things missing. So in the end, I thought just that little thing, and I thought I'm not running out and looking all over for at this as I was making the video for them sort of nails. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to screw it and I'm going to make it better. I'm going to make it more elaborate as to what I can do, it being a sort of novice learning sort of on the job kind of woodworker. So everything gets glued here. One trick I have picked up of watching some of the good woodworkers is spread the glue out with something, make sure all the surfaces, I do it sometimes where you just squirt a bit of glue on, and I'll probably still do it on here on certain bits, but for adhesion and for getting it bang on, make sure the glue's spread out evenly on all the surface that you're wanting to glue. So any comments you want to put down below, if you see me doing anything wrong here, please let me know, because I will pick up on the comments and learn from them, and other people can see them comments and learn from them. So if you're a time-served furniture maker or carpenter or joiner, please let our community know now some of the things that we could all benefit from. It would be very much appreciated. I'm doing these videos. I ain't got a clue really what I'm doing. I love just my woodwork, and I'm putting it in the YouTube videos for everybody to see my journey. So everything gets glued. Get all the excess glue off you just seen in a previous clip. Don't forget to comment and subscribe. Like I said, subscribing would be the most helpful thing. There's a lot of people watch my videos who don't subscribe, and it'd be really nice if you subscribed and hit the notification tab or bell or whatever that thing is. I don't know. So I'm just going to line everything up here. Just going to tap this into place. And that inset there, at the top of that inset, is where there's going to be an handle. So people will have seen the Japanese sort of toolboxes. Some of you will, some of you won't have. But this is my sort of elaborate posh take on one using pine and scrap tabletop. So let's see how it goes. So I'm just taking, normally here, like bits there, I wouldn't have spent as much time there on that bit in the past, say, but now I'm spending that little 10-15 seconds more, which is making me woodworking better. I'm just going in with 35mm torque screws here. I wanted to nail all this because I wanted to give it sort of that authentic sort of handmade rustic workshop tool sort of vibe, but it wasn't a beat. I'll probably do it on a future video. So I'm just going to go in making the top here now. So I'm just putting some fixings on for these side sections, and I'm just going to make them a bit more elaborate, a bit more decorative. There he is at the back, Stanley. There must be a postman due or an Amazon man due. I'm finding this all better than the spring-loaded ones, to be honest. Just push down. I seem to be getting more control with it. I don't know if that's me or, I think everybody's different, aren't they? So I'm just doing a pilot hole with, and putting up enough depth there for some plugs. Again, I'm using a 35mm torque screws. I have glued round there. I don't know if you've seen that in the video, but everything's been glued. So I'm just coming above the blade there. These are 5 centimeters, 50mm. strips. If you want to support the channel, you can go and buy one of my push blocks off the website also. I'll give myself a plug there. You know, they're not stained like that one is, but you know, they're really good. So I just had to sort of, I'm just measuring it out here, and I don't know what it is. This is where it starts to bug me, and I'm not happy. I'm just not happy with how it's sort of looking. I'm not happy with the lid, the carcass itself. I am. So again, I'm just making that cut, making sure that arm's well away from anywhere near that blade. And I'm just marking out here to fit this together. So as you know, these sort of boxes, they sort of slip in, slide one way, you push it the other way, and you push a wooden key in, which locks it all together. There's various methods and ways of making this top section. This is the first time I've done it, and I don't get it 100% right. Even in the revised bit, in a bit you'll see in the video, I don't sort of get it right. But it's the first one I've made, so it's all well and good in the end. I'm just making sure, for looks more than anything, everything's going to look nice and sort of straight. Here, marking out. Now this, it was going to be part of the key section, a piece of mahogany tabletop. But I do change things. So I'm just putting some plugs out here from an old strip of that mahogany. And these are for the handles. So I've cut one handle, I've done the decoration on one handle, the detail, and it's just sort of going to need finessing a bit of jigsaw here. I am getting really good with this jigsaw, really liking it. So you can see that slit at the end there, that's where that little key will be, and it will bind everything together. But this is a part, in my thinking on this video now, as I'm even going along here and thinking, I'm not liking this, there's something not right. I don't know if it's, you know, sort of, it probably would be all right as a useful thing, but for me, like, wanting a nice design to it, because everything went wrong at the beginning because I didn't have a stupid thing like a nail long enough, you know, it's crazy. I'm just cutting these plugs down. Marks everything out. Everything gets a good sand. So you can see this handle here that's under there. I'm just checking for fit. It's a bit proud, so I'm just going to shape it a little bit, get all the rough corners off, and in the end sort of put a NAND sort of cut where it's sort of, you know, there's a semicircle there, so I'm going to make it sort of cuts in so you can get your fingers in there. So there'll be the 3 holes what you can use, and there'll be that cup section. You know, the 3 holes are more for like a little trademark I've been trying to establish. So I'm going over everything with 150 grit paper here. Just going to get it nice and smooth. Would help if I had my dust extraction actually turned on here, to be honest. So this is Jacobean stain, and Shelley's going to be going over the handle section and various other bits of it for me. Sometimes when you're doing something and something goes wrong and you wing it, it can turn out better. It's like when you plan for a night out or a night out somewhere, you actually plan for it, and it doesn't go according to plan. And sometimes some of the best nights out are the ones where a friend might come round and say, come on, let's go out, and you go out and you have one of the best nights ever. It's sort of like that. Well, you know, with this, you know, it turned out better than I actually expected, even though there's a lot for me to learn. I'm going to be totally honest with you about that. So that just sort of fits really nicely into there now. But still, I glue it and I screw it. Probably overkill, but it's like everything I want to try and do with my builds going forward, part of the learning curve, is making things solid and robust. I know I can send something out to people, and I know it's not going to break under it. You know, it's not going to be a shoddily made thing. Like, you know, I know it's solid and robust. And that's what I'm learning myself. You know, I might go overboard. Some people sort of like call it over-engineering. You know, it's not over-engineering, but that's the kind of sort of thought process of what I try and build into things. I'm just not happy here. I'm putting oil on it here. I'm still not happy. And this is, I'm just going over it with an hard wax oil, because at this point I'm nearly finished the build. And I hard wax oil it and leave it, and I think I'll ponder it. So this is the next day, and I think, right, that's it. And here's where I've made my mind up. I've gone to all that trouble, and just like that, I've had enough of it. I'm not doing it. Right, so that lid's being changed. So out comes another board, 8x1 board, and I get to the scrap mahogany pile. And I think, right, I'm going to make it better. I'm going to make it look nice. If anything, it's going to just look nice. So I haven't got footage here, but I went in with a table saw and cut, you know, they are flaps or whatever they are, whatever their name of them joints are. And I'm just fitting some feet to it now, some sort of feet system and an handle system. And you can see there, I've cut a new top lats and made that key section better. I don't know what I did with the footage of me actually making them, but you'll sort of, you've seen it, and the sort of process is the same because I'm using the same wood for the feet. I'm just countersinking for screws and plugs here. Some glue into them joints. They're not the best joints, them. I could have done them a bit better. There's one or two of them joints that are quite loose, to be honest. I think this is one of them here. But I glue them and I plug them anyway. So in the end, they actually end up solid. But another learning curve. I need to... So this year, mitre joints and these half laps and lap joints and that kind of stuff. Bit more of that type of joinery. So you can see the feet there, and I've plugged them with pine plugs there. I've got Shelley this time to go over it with hard wax oil. She's better. She's just better at it than me. And here's it's nearly finished. I'm just going over with the brown paper just to get everything off. This is the following day, and it's absolutely silky smooth when I finished it. And I've got Shelley to laser a few bits onto it for me as well, which just the timing and the way this video went, I wish I could have showed you that, but you get the gist. And here it is with some Japanese writing which says toolbox, I think, and I've put that on the top. That's all fitted. Let me know in the comments what you think of this toolbox. It's a bit overkill and all that, but I think in the end, my design choices, I like it and I can live with it. But from sort of a mistake and things going wrong to that, I'm more than happy with it. I've learned a lot. There's still a lot to learn, and I'm getting there. I really am feel like some of the processes are coming together now. A lot still to learn, like I say. But anyway, let me know in the comments what you think. You're all absolutely amazing, and thank every single one of you for watching my videos. And there you get a better judge of size. And it sort of locks and slides and all that kind of stuff. I actually like it. I think it's nice. Shelley loves it. No doubt she'll claim it for something, but, you know, there we go. Can't have nothing, me. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.